friends, welcome back to my channel, Planty Princess 92. My name is Ashley, and this is week 3, episode 3 of Happy Holidays. So, I am going to be hauling my Peperomia collection. Now, I do not have as many Peperomia as I do Hoya, so this is going to be a short but sweet episode and will include my holiday giveaway. So stay tuned to the end of this video so I can give you the information on how to enter this contest, as well as show you the prizes that will be given. I will tell you there will be 2 winners for this holiday gift, so you have double the chance of winning a gift this holiday season. Let's get right into the video. I'm going to start off with my biggest Peperomia. This is the Peperomia Clusiifolia Red Edge. This does often get mistaken for an Obtusifolia, but there is 3 major differences between the two. The Clusiifolia and the Obtusifolia are very similar in leaf shape, but the Obtusifolia has more elongated leaves. The Clusiifolia has more elongated leaves. As you see here, they're more ovular, and the Obtusifolia has more round leaves. Also, the difference is their leaf size and the plant size overall. Clusiifolia has bigger leaves and is a bigger plant all around. As you see here, it's very stretched out, and when I say stretched out, I don't mean leggy. Right now, these back stems do look a little bit leggy because of the colds. They did lose a couple leaves, but generally, like this stem here, the leaves are pretty close together. It is just a more tall plant and less compact, as in the Obtusifolia has smaller leaves, they are more round, and it is more compact. Anyways, this is one of my favorite Peperomia because I really do like the way the edges get that red tint to them, and I do like the thickness of the leaves as well. So this definitely is a thicker leafed Peperomia. And if you can see the red edging, it does kind of broaden. Oh, see what I mean? It's so fragile right now. I'll propagate that. Propagation of Peperomia is super easy. I'm going to stick that in some sphagnum moss and it will root up pretty nicely. Anyways, I really do like the red edging to this. You can see it kind of defines the leaf and boldens the leaf a little bit. Kind of makes the leaf stick out and give it actually a little more bit of a bigger effect than it really is because of that outline that it has. This one, as in I think all the Peperomia I have, is pretty easy care. So because it has the thicker leaves, it definitely needs a little bit less water than some of the thinner leafed Peperomias. So now we'll move on to the Obtusifolia so you can back to back see the two to determine the difference for yourself. So I have the Peperomia Obtusifolia Variegata. This one is also known, I believe, as the marble or actually baby rubber plant, and that's Obtusifolias in general, not just the variegated variety. But I do have the beautiful variegation on these leaves, and I really love how the outer is like a lime green. It does kind of get a little creamy too, like this leaf here. You can see the creamy in between the darkness, and then the outer edge is real dark, and it does get some splashing in between, which is also very beautiful. Now you notice how more round these leaves are, how smaller they are, and how more compact the plant is in general. So that is the difference between the Obtusifolia and the Clusiifolia. This is one of the easier Peperomias because of how thick the leaves are. It's really easy to tell when it needs water because the leaves will get really soft. You can bend them, and that's how you know that the leaf is no longer holding on to as much water as it should be, so it definitely needs a water. I think this plant adds so much character to a space because of its variegation and because of its coloring, and it is just a really gorgeous plant. We will move on to Peperomia Hope. Also, the scientific name for this one is Peperomia Rotundifolia. So this one is more of a trailer or hanging Peperomia, which is really neat. to have in like a hanging basket or like this in a taller pot, kind of just cascading over the edges. I really love the way the leaves are so tiny, so round. They are also more of a thicker leaf, succulent-like leaf, so this plant also does need less water than a thinner peperomia would. But what really sticks out about this plant's leaves is the venations. So if you look up close, you see that the venations are just a very faint green running through the leaves. And I really like the way that looks. It's kind of subtle, it's simple, but it really is gorgeous. And it really does add a lot to this little plant. Next, we'll move on to the Peperomia Moonlight. Now, this one does get also confused with the Peperomia Frost, but the difference is the Peperomia Frost is actually a variety of the Caperata, where this is not. This is the Peperomia Moonlight, and it does have thinner leaves than the Caperata does, and it doesn't have those ripples, although with the venations it does look like it's a little rippled, but it is not. The leaf is fully smooth. You can feel the venations in there, but not the way you can as with a Caperata. I love the way this plant shines when you hit the light, when the light hits it. And if you really do look close, it actually has a sparkle to it. And you'd be surprised how many plants actually have that faint sparkle to their leaves if you really look up close. It's actually stunning. So I love the way this plant sparkles. It's perfect and it fits its name, Peperomia Moonlight. I also love the silver that pops out within the green. Next, we have Peperomia Peppermill. Now, I have the mother plant here, which is going to blow your mind because normally the mother plant is bigger than the babies or your propagations. So this is my Peperomia Peppermill mother plant. This one gets mixed up with the Peperomia Piccolobanda, but if you see the two next to each other, you can really differentiate the difference. I love the way this has the lime green with the bold reddish orange running through the leaf and kind of just bleeds out into the leaf, which looks really, really awesome. So now I made some propagations of this plant, and I've done many updates on my Instagram if you follow me over there on these propagations. This, half of them, so this side is my propagations of my Peperomia Peppermill. If you notice the difference, they are huge. Peperomias really do propagate nicely, especially the thinner leafed varieties in a really high humidity. I keep a lid on here, so this is like a mini propagation box, and let me tell you, they literally took off to space. They are so huge, so beautiful, and so full. And if you see the difference in that high humidity, they're actually darker and the leaves are bigger. So this variety definitely does appreciate a higher humidity, and that will actually make the plant grow bigger and make the leaves bigger as well. Since I have my propagation box on the other side, we have the Peperomia Caperata Variegata. So this is just the variegated form. You see some speckling through the leaves. It's a variegated form of the Peperomia Emeralds, and I don't know if you can see the variegation on camera, but it does have some very light speckling throughout the leaves. Here's a really good one. I'm spilling water all over my table. So here's a really good one. You can see the variegation throughout the leaf, and that brings me to the next one, the Peperomia Emerald. So I actually got this one by mistake. I had bought in the Peperomia Caperata Variegata, and actually half the plant was the emerald. So I got a 2-for-1. I propagated a bunch of the variegated form because it was very little of the plant that was variegated. So I wanted more of that. So I propagated that, but that left me with a lot of the emerald here in the pot. You see the difference is the leaves are much darker and they're fully green. There is no variegation to these leaves. Other than that, they're similar. The only difference is the variegated form has The variegation spots throughout it, and the emerald does not. It's just purely green, but they're both very beautiful, very easy care Peperomia plants. So last but not least, I have another form of, or another variety of Peperomia Caperata. The mother plant is not doing so well. I'm not really sure why, but I started this propagation a while ago. So this is the Peperomia Caperata. It's known as the Red Luna, Peperomia Caperata Red Ripple. I've also seen it labeled as Peperomia Caperata Tricolor because it does have a lot of that purple, but still shines through the green and gets a little of that shimmery silver to it. This one's hard to see because it's kind of really dark, but it really does, in person, you can see some of that green and some of that purple sticking out. I really love the way this plant looks when the light hits it because it's really sparkly. It's one of those plants that are super sparkly when the light hits it the right way. But the propagation's growing and it's getting there. Now, I made some other propagations of this plant. Also have put some updates on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know what I'm about to refer to. Now, I made a propagation of this plant and it kind of like discolored itself. Not sure as if when it matures, it will get the coloration it's supposed to or not, or if it just kind of took on a whole new form of its own. But I think it's very, very awesome. It's very unique, and I hope it stays this way. Right here, this one kind of got like really light. It almost has like a greenish yellow color to it. Now, this is supposed to be the Peperomia Caperata Red Ripple. And then also, let me take out the little cap of water. I also keep a little cap filled with water in my tiny propagation boxes to keep up the humidity. So on the corner right here, this one has a lot of that silver in it. So that's where you can really see the coloration of the Red Ripple. It does look really nice with the purple, the green, the silver. It's so beautiful. But these propagations are also doing really well, and I just can't wait to see what this one turns out to be like. Even this one is kind of taking on that unique form as well. It's so interesting. So that is my Peperomia collection. Every Peperomia I have 8 of them. There are a few on my wish list. I definitely want to get the pink lady. And then there's another pink one I want to get. I forget what it's called at the moment. Peperomia Abricos or something like that, but it's sort of like the pink lady, except instead of the variegation being spotted like the pink lady, it's very, very pink around the edges, which I think looks so beautiful. But anyways, before we close this video up, let's talk about the contest. To enter this contest, all you have to do is watch this video, like this video, leave a comment in the comments, #holiday giveaway, and follow me on Instagram. Now, the prizes for the first winner will be this automatic Centurion battery operated mister, which is super, super neat. I really love the way this works. I have one for my own use and I extremely love it. It really does beat standing there misting, especially because before I had a humidifier, I was constantly misting my plants. And I'm switching back and forth through my hands, switching back and forth because my finger's cramping up, and I have like over 100 plants, well over 100 plants. So this is super great for if you have a lot of plants, if you don't have a humidifier, even if you do have a humidifier and you like to mist your plants, because I still mist a lot of my plants. This is really awesome. Batteries are not included. I've always wanted to say that. But anyways, this is for the first place winner, along with 2 Peperomia plants. One of them being one of the Peperomia Peppermill, the other one being a variegated Caperata Peperomia. And the second place winner will get also a Peperomia Peppermill. So go ahead, enter the contest. Maybe it will be a happy holiday for you. I'm super excited to choose these winners. I will announce the winners on, I believe, Thursday the 24th will be the next Happy Holidays video I do. It's a week from now, so that's in perfect time for the holidays if you celebrate Christmas. If not, it's still the holiday season for New Year's. Hanukkah is currently going, so it's perfect timing for the holidays. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in the content I provide. And as always, every plant's a princess. Bye!